So I'm gonna say this. I tend to, you know, try to, in essence, make a lot of content that I think a lot of people would actually do. And I try to facilitate shit with my audience where I try to give them the shit that they want. But sometimes I want to actually just do some shit that I like. But then, like, sometimes those things align. And when they align, we get stupid shit. So I do want to thank everybody who's recently subscribed to my channel. By the way, like and subscribe if you're watching this right now. And if you're watching it on Twitch, hit the follow. But if you're watching it now on or YouTube, shit like that, do all the other good shit. And we get people who, let's just say, are just dumb fucks. And quite frankly, I do not like dumb fucks. I know, weird, right? So, yeah. Let's talk about another dumb fuck and how your alliances, just because somebody might share your demographic, shouldn't stop you from talking about them or the stupid shit that they say or do. All right, let's go.
For the last month, I've been like percolating on a thought. There's like been a issue that has been bothering me that I hadn't quite like processed it out yet. And I think last night I had an interaction on Twitter that helped me like fully like pin down what's going on with this particular issue. And it surrounds the issues presented by Kanye West and Kyrie Irving and the need.
So here, we're just gonna actually just talk about this right now. I want to be very honest with you guys. From just some live streams that I actually caught from this motherfucker, he has admitted that he was associated with Hotep ideas and the Nation of Islam. So I'm not surprised that he wouldn't say shit about it. Just generally speaking, because of course, as we know, FD Signifier has made some videos kind of in defense of Kanye West and how he used to be and how he identified with it. So I can understand it puts him in a weird type of like situation, but I'm sorry, like, if you doing something bogus, I'm gonna call you out. It's the same reason why I stopped fucking with Kanye years ago. Because he lost his motherfucking mind. Ever since Kanye was on that rant when he was on stage, like right before he announced for like the president in 2000 and what was that, 16 or yeah. Or was that 20? Kanye lost his motherfucking mind. And I'm not sticking up for that shit. But let's go.
Need to say something. I know for a fact that people have been waiting on and are expecting me to say something. And this is like a little bit of everybody, right? Because things need to be said. And just to be clear and blunt, like I don't fuck with anything they've done in the last month or so, a couple months. Yeah, homie, they call me
the last couple of months ago or the last month. Yeah. That's just the last couple of months ago, or a couple of months. Kyrie Irving has said he was a flat earther years ago. All right, let's go.
Democrat, but don't throw shade though, because we ended up having a long, good conversation and it really helped. He did come in swinging, but I can always tell like my black male critics, like 95% of them are just black male conservatives.
This is the reason why I want to do this video. A minute in, this is the reason why I want to do this video. Because, you criticize me, you must be a conservative. No, motherfucker. I'm more to the left than what you are. I just don't wear it as a motherfucking badge of honor or as a motherfucking way of saying that, ha, I'm better than you. No, dude, no, fuck. Yeah, sure, okay, let's go.
Either they're manosphere type niggas or quasi-manosphere type niggas or just general conservatives. And so I could tell based on what he had on his Twitter, I was like, nah, this ain't just a manosphere nigga. And so we ended up talking, and as we talked,
I just can't get over this. Well, if you hate me because you must hate me because you're a manosphere. Like, that shit is just like crazy. Look, I know I have detractors. I know I have people that don't like me, mostly because I literally go after their fucking thought leaders. I give people that. I will say that. And I was talking about Ed the other day, and he was saying that, you know, it's kind of refreshing when you see somebody where it's not just hate comments, but like, I know what I go after. But for somebody like this, like, dude, like, no, you're wrong sometimes. And to be very honest with you, most of the shit that I call this motherfucker out on, the screen over there, is his live shit where he doesn't have the power of the script, when he doesn't have the power of editing. He's just not good with that. But I guess.
We found, like, you know, commonalities, and I think he was like, okay, I hope he came off thinking he caught me wrong. And in talking to him, it helped kind of like, you know, because I appreciate good criticism.
No, you don't
like being an influencer. I don't like the nature of what this job does to your headspace.
Wait, what do you think, man? You get on the internet and you advocate for shit. Of course you're gonna be an influencer. That's the nature of the shit. It takes responsibility. You know, like the responsibility of making sure that you don't promote an abuser or somebody who actively lies or spread misinformation, and when they get called out on the misinformation, they say, well, you shouldn't have taken what I said seriously. Hello, DJ Mule. But like, yeah, like, no, that's fine, but let's go.
And I'm always looking for like critics that are like-minded, but also in different headspaces, in different life spaces, so that I can evaluate myself and what I'm doing effectively, because I'm doing something I never planned on doing. I never planned on being a black voice. I didn't even like the concept of black voices. And so I've seen it in my personal life. It's so easy to just smell your own farts. The nature of this work, I think just the nature of society, when a man gets power and status, it's easily corruptible.
The Greeks called, they've actually said, like, duh, motherfucker. Like, the Greeks called saying power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Like, I for somebody who claims to be so red and so pronounced, like, duh. Oh, okay, let's go.
Especially when that wasn't a place you know, I wasn't looking for all of this. I appreciate it. I love it. I'm trying to do my best with it, but I wasn't looking for it. And so, yeah. So I guess let's start there. So for over a month now, I've been seeing comments and tweets, you know, are you going to talk about Kyrie and Kanye's anti-Semitism and other nonsense? And I am going to talk about it eventually. I'm in conversation with Lady Night the Brave on the regular, kind of just like talking about, you know, issues around Judaism and trying to like develop a level of consciousnness and analysis, because I don't have a strong analytical frame around anti-Semitism and Judaism other than like the obvious stuff. You know, I've been just doing little stuff.
Okay, so let's just stop right here. Let's just actually say he's gonna be big mad you making another video about him again. Fuck him. All right, so let's just stop right here. Let's just have that conversation right now about what's going on with anti-Semitism. First of all, the most anti-Semitic version of Christianity was adopted by the Roman Church. In reality, it wasn't Jewish people that killed Christ. One, because he didn't exist, but two, it was the fucking Romans. I hate to say it like that, but oppressed people can't mete out capital punishment against somebody regardless of how much political power they have, without the authority of the oppressors. Yeah, that's a thing that happened. The Romans were efficient with killing revolutionaries. Shit, they killed revolutionaries all the time because they were Roman and they were, the state. And what happened was they shifted the fucking blame. For a long time, Jewish communities were the product of persecution and fucking being pressed into the service of rulers in order to divert the hatred of the rulers collecting taxes. I don't get it. We have 2,000 years worth of history for this shit of religious proclamation and, quite frankly, scapegoatism based on historical context. It's there. But, that's just really, really simple. And not only with the fact where you have a community that had to promote a specific level of literacy, motherfucking people used them as a scapegoat to get shit done that they didn't want to look bad about. Everybody realized that usury was a sin, that if you weren't a Christian, you can get away with usury. I don't know. Scapegoat a people that, because of the nature of their religion, they had to have some sort of literacy. Scapegoat a people that already have a history of being demonized because of your religion. It's pretty simple. But let's continue.
So, but that's next spring at the earliest. I have my next couple of things planned out already, and I'm not about to rush them. So I'm gonna say something, but the urgency and the impetus to say something bothered me.
The reason why you're most likely pushing it off because you don't know what to say and probably agree with some of the shit. I'm just speculating. I'm not saying for sure, but you don't have the exact tendency to, I guess, show that you do know that you would disagree in meaningful ways. But let's continue.
Because it became clear that it was my responsibility to comment on these brothers. When overall, I don't like that in general, although things need to be said, this is also very obvious stuff, right? This is anti-Semitism, Black Hebrew Israelite nonsense that anybody who's in community with Black people has a relatively decent understanding that this is some shit that's been around forever, that has never been seriously taken in the Black community. It's been some insular, low-key goofy stuff.
So let's be very honest, and this is what I hate about motherfuckers like this, is because yes, the Black Hebrew Israelites have been taken as some people who are just out and out, not just stupid, but just they're LARPing. That's what they're doing. They're LARPing. And what he fails to realize, there is a lot of anti-Semitism in African American communities. One, because of the religious aspect of it, where it's just being pushed because of Christianity. Two is because a lot of people don't realize the history of, I guess what we'll say is, Jewish contribution to the struggle for civil rights. I mean, we're not just gonna throw out there and I know I did a video about this where T1J was talking about how Bernie Sanders was he was there with civil rights. No, they were there. The thing about a lot of marginalized communities, and I will give this. So you have the Jewish people who stood up with just as recently with the detainees in the southern borders in the concentration camps. I mean, immigrant detention centers. Excuse me. But even with the Japanese internment camps, they stood by those people, because when they say never again, they mean never again happening to anyone. You have a lot of people who were there with the fucking fight for civil rights, where Jewish people were there in the ghettos with other black people. But a lot of black people don't acknowledge that part of history. One, because it's not promoted as much, and two, because it's easy to go along with the crowd of anti-Semitism, and especially where you have the history of, I'm just gonna say it, where you have, you know, Christianity, or in some cases, the history of Islam in the black community, the Nation of Islam in the black community. It's just really, really bad. But not too many black people are talking about it, but it is there. But let's go.
Right? But it's never been platformed at this level. And so once it becomes platformed at this level, then yeah, it does have to be addressed. And it does have to be addressed by black men, because it's an issue that mostly engages with black men. But my position in the discourse didn't sit right with me, because I'm a bred to it. And although my audience is, I feel like, at least between black men and black women, at least 60% black, I still have a large white audience. That audience is appreciated, but there's chunks of that audience that also watch Destiny. You know what I'm saying? There's chunks of that audience that definitely desire hearing me validate hotel fear mongering. They definitely.
Dude, you validate it with the shit that you say a lot. Like don't get me wrong. Like I have a video on this shit. And the fact is, if you have a issue with some of your audience watching Destiny, give better arguments. This is the problem that I have with so many of these motherfuckers. They're like, oh, they watch this, they watch this. Give better arguments. Engage with the shit. Explain why, without bringing up Destiny, why that mentality is wrong. You can, even if you have to bring that motherfucker up, explain why it's wrong. Are you intelligent enough to say that shit, to do that shit? Are you confident enough to explain your point? I can go on right now, if I so choose to, and explain the points where Destiny is wrong with his argumentation, with his logic, with his facts. Why can't you? You have the power of editing. You have the power of script writing. I can just look at his video in a point that I disagree with them and say it right then and there. This is the cowardice. This is the hubris of just like, oh, I'm just gonna just do my thing, and they're just gonna know I'm right without explaining it, that I have with so many of you motherfuckers. But let's continue.
Definitely, they want to hear me point to the most extreme black bastion of black politics, like the Hebrew Israelites, and like, you know, get their jollies from that. They haven't engaged into why they appreciate that.
No. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is the problem. This is the problem. They want to hear me talk bad about the black Hebrew Israelites, but it's not that they have bad ideas. It's, well, they just want to hear it because they want to hear a black man talk bad about another black. No, they're looking for answers of why it's bad. I can tell you why the black Hebrew Israelites are bad just from the small amount of information that I know about their motherfucking ideology. The fact that they think that they should get like white slaves, that black people were here before, even though there's no scientific evidence, even though slavery is bad, even though they think that they're the master race. That's not a thing. I had the video that I did so many years ago about Nick Cannon. Where they think that, where they just reverse the racism to say, well, if you don't have any melanin in your skin, then you don't have any soul or you don't have creativity. That's not a thing. I can just explain that shit in 5 minutes right there. So why is it so hard for you to say that these people are wrong because they're using the same racist talking points that you will hear from white nationalists? They just flipped it for their own audience. It's easy. Just did it. But no. Because you need the power for script and editing. Because you have no confidence. Let's go.
There's a reason why, there's what is it, Black Hammer? I feel like it was called Black Hammer. I didn't know anybody black that had ever heard of them niggas. I only know about those motherfuckers because debate streamers talked about them on a regular basis and platformed those niggas.
Oh God. So first, you using the Vosh clip, but you won't get his motherfucking acknowledgement. Secondly, they're taking the time to dissect and destroy their arguments. What are you doing about it? What the fuck are you doing about it? You're not doing anything. You're letting the silence be filled up by people. Do you disagree with the debate streamers? How they're targeting them? How they're talking about them? Do you disagree with the shit? If you disagree with the shit, where is your video about it? And no, there were other black people that were talking about it. There were other black people that were doing shit about it. The fact of the matter is, you don't see it as a problem that these people are having these ideas because they tentatively seem leftist. Or am I wrong? If you disagree with it, say something bad about it. Disagree with it. Don't just bring it up like, oh, the debate streamers bringing this shit up and platform them. No, they're destroying their arguments. They're decimating their arguments. They're bringing a negative light to their arguments. Why can't you do that? But let's continue.
That was not a real salient black political movement outside of YouTube. Now I heard they did some fucked up shit, but the nature of the amplification of that group is directly tied to why I said we shouldn't platform certain people. But within breadtube, lefttube spaces, Black Hammer was like a real thing. You know what I'm saying? And this brought me
a real thing that cost somebody their life. And here's the fucked up part about it, right? Here's the fucked up part about it is the place that these motherfuckers had somebody die in their motherfucking home or base of operations. This motherfucker lives in Atlanta. This shit happened in Atlanta. They have a presence in your home fucking backyard. But let's continue.
To a tweet I said yesterday, which is black conservatives should not be trusted or taken seriously. In that tweet,
really? This is the same. He said this shit right after. He's saying this shit now. But this is the same motherfucker that says, I would rather listen to Candace Owens about race politics than some white guy with a degree. This is the same motherfucker. I keep doing this because my screen is over. You know what I mean? Wow. Okay, let's go.
Tweet. What I was getting at is the desire in nature to debunk black conservatives works differently because of that black intersection. I don't think enough people like.
Did he just really say that? Wait. Fuck. Wait. All right. Wow. Shit. I gives no fucks about black, white, Hispanic, Asian. If you are wrong, I'm going to call you out. Why can't you have that same idea? And this is the reason why. And this like just lets me know this is the reason why he hasn't touched on Kyrie or hasn't touched on Kanye West or hasn't touched on Candace Owens, because he feels that they need a shield. Because they've just been persecuted before. This is the same reason why he lets people from like Sophie from Mars, he lets DJ Mule, all these other motherfuckers get away with some of the stupid shit they say, because they're part of the oppressed class. And they've already had bad things. This is it clearly playing in to right-wing politics or fucking right-wing bad faith fucking actors that get away with stupid shit. They say, well, you wouldn't call somebody out who's black or a woman because they're black or a woman. You are doing the fucking thing. You dumb fuck. I just don't know. How are you missing this shit? If you fucking wrong, you are wrong. I'm gonna call you the fuck out. I don't care. Am I gonna call you out because you were this, you are that, and so I'm not gonna call you out? No, you are wrong. You are wrong. I'm gonna call you out. Why can't you have that attitude? But you know what? Hey, they in the family. This is the reason why this motherfucker sent me. Wait, what did he send me? Hold on, let me grab it right quick. Hold on. I'm gonna close this right out. Here, let's do this. Oh, this is just I don't even know if I'm gonna even finish watching this shit because it is so fucking unbelievable. Here, let me see if I can bring it up. Here, and I'm gonna just pull this up. And this is, you can actually go back on the video. You can actually go back on the video. Make this bigger. You screen recorded my live without my permission. I didn't put it out for a reason because I didn't feel right about my response. This is an invasion of my privacy. Please take this down before I file a complaint. Hey, please and thank you. I don't know, man. I think I have something that's fair use, and you kind of put it out there on a video. That's just like me complaining that somebody recorded this shit that I put out live on a video, and I complained that, you know, I put something on the internet, and the internet never forgets. This video is not public and was never made public. How did I get it, you dumb fuck? I can tell that you screen recorded it. I made it clear in my last statement. It's not just breaking fair use. You're invading my privacy. You've made 5 to 6 videos about me already. I've never complained. Oh, but this is a bit much, don't you think? Feel free to redo the same piece if you like using content, but I didn't put out for public consumption that I privated isn't okay, fam. First off, I'm not your fam. I'm not your fam. Just let you know right now, I am not your fam. Fuck out of here. I made it private. Why did you make it private when you acknowledged that I got it from you broadcasting it? I don't know. But I don't know. Let's continue. God, I can't. This whiny bitch shit. Let's go.
Understand that. I don't think enough people understand that when you platform black conservatives especially as a period, but especially as a white person, that you, even if you're doing it for the right reasons, like there's no reason to, so don't get me wrong, like Black Hammer is ridiculous and I want them to go away and I don't agree with the politics and they're wrong, etc. But when you engage with that from as a white person, you, even if you do it for the right reasons, you inadvertently validate and censor the most like regressive or problematic Black voice. And
guys, newsflash. If you platform a Black conservative to tear apart their argument, you're being racist. Wow. Shit. That's new one to me. Wait a minute. This that whole, like, if you ain't part of that community, you can't talk bad about it. Wow. Does the same work if me talking about bad about a white nationalist? Wow. I didn't know that much. Fuck. Can I not talk about a woman when she say stupid shit? Like, I have videos about Sydney Watson or some other motherfuckers that talk bad about shit. I have videos talking about Gothics. Isn't that the only way that somebody can talk about somebody if they share a demographic with them? Is somebody gonna point this shit out in this comment section? Is somebody gonna point this shit out in this comment section? Every Black leftist thought leader was either assassinated. No, they weren't. God. He just has sycophants. As a white viewer, I actually appreciate that your work is not centering white people from educational format. I specifically come here to get an understanding of Black community, the discourse, and frame and refresh. Like, all these are just sycophants. Wow. Fuck. Wow. Wow. That's one. I've never heard that one. If you a white creator and you talk about Black conservatives, then you're racist. Okay. Shit. Well, that was, damn. Fuck. Okay, let's go.
Understand there is an algorithmic imperative for Black conservatism in all social media, period. That's the only reason why a guy like Kevin Samuels has been amplified. That's the only reason why Umar Johnson has been amplified. That's the only reason why we talk so much about Kyrie and Kanye. Tariq Nasheed is another one. That's the reason why like people like me and Conscious Lee are unicorns, because we have to find a way to rise out of Black conservative political thought dressed up as pro-Blackness and pull it further left as Black men. And that's almost impossible to do, at least to the level that we've got, right? So there's an algorithmic like.
So wow, fuck. Now, I'm not even gonna say that some of that isn't fucking true. It's almost as if that in a lot of ways, social media, especially social media companies, have a conservative bias. I don't know, even like shit like with Twitch and shit like that, even though it's actually a little bit more left leaning, but I don't know, companies that help support the status quo kind of motherfucking, they kind of want people to help support the status quo. I mean, like, and don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the algorithm are racist. Why would I pull out a video like that? What I'm saying is that he just pulled that out of his ass. I'm just like, okay, sure, pull that out. But some of the shit that he says would actually, his association and his, friendship with T1J would disprove that. I mean, like, we also have to realize something, and I'm going to be very honest with you. Because of the lack of economic growth and economic diversity in the Black community, a lot of people in the Black community didn't have computer setups. There are so many people that I talk to in my personal life that, yes, they have laptops because of work and shit like that, but they don't have the setup or shit like I have, because I was an early adopter into internet culture. The reason why I interact with so many people from different ethnicities, different places across the country, is because I had internet when I was growing up, right when it was started. But not a lot of people had the capability of getting that computer, of doing that. And because of that, because of the rise of the cell phones, yes, we're getting a lot more Black people in social media spaces, getting a lot more Black people being social media creators at a time where the technology, the barrier to entry for the technology just wasn't there as far as the cost wise. But now that's disappearing more. And so, yeah, some of the people who had more access to those funds tend to be more conservative. However, that's not always the case. And that's one of the things that I want to actually promote. I've said it before on this channel that I want to promote more Black voices, be it conservative, be it liberal, be it leftist, because I want more people to be able to have at least the option of being creatives. I have, in my personal life, given away equipment to people just to make sure that they can be creators. But it isn't just about, oh, the algorithm bad. No, the audience has to be there. It has to be pulled in. And for you not to understand that, you're living in a fucking bubble, my guy. But let's continue.
Like impetus, an algorithmic drive to say what niggas is out there saying the dumbest shit. Like, share, and subscribe. Give them a boost. You know what I'm saying? And this is,
I mean, like, you know, you popular. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Not done to Black audiences, because Black audiences don't respond to that bullshit. We don't click on those videos. This is sent to white audiences. And then white audiences, especially like moderate to, you know, liberal white audiences, all they see is a Black face. And if they're not in community with Black people, then they don't understand that this person's political stances and ideas are fringe at best.
This is the same person that says that if you're a Black person and you have the opportunity to be in another, in mostly non-Black area, you should stay in your lane. What was this frame? Flying milk? Fuck out of here, dude. Fuck! How do you contradict the shit that you say? The next best thing that you, like, even that, he said that I shouldn't explain to you where I'm coming from, because then you're trying to understand and empathize and it becomes a teaching lesson. Like, fuck. How could you contradict yourself so much? But let's continue.
And are not salient across with Black people at all, but they don't know any better. And so then it becomes my responsibility as a person with a platform to make sense of it. And that's frustrating and it's difficult. And it's difficult also for, like, so last week, y'all know Noah Samson's my homie. He did a video analyzing some young Black lady's video on Ariel and why Ariel being Black is a bad thing, really. And I watched his video, then I watched her video, then I watched her response video, and it was like clockwork. I was like, I knew this was gonna happen. And this is the funniest thing about Black conservatives. Black conservatives only play the race card when it's time to defend white supremacy.
If Hitler just wanted to make Germany great and have things run well, okay, fine. Problem is that he had dreams outside of Germany.
Ms. Owens, I'm sorry, we just started recording. Would you like time to respond to that?
Yes, I think it's pretty apparent that Mr. Liu believes that Black people are stupid and will not pursue the full clip in its entirety.
Noah, in that video, did the absolute best he could to be gentle and careful about how he was talking, to address just the issues, and the flaws in her argument, specifically that she just in her video did not address racism at all. And in her response video, she low-key tries to say, well, this is why I don't believe in white allies. And it's like,
this motherfucker literally just complained about somebody believing in white allies. This motherfucker, and I know I'm pointing to the wrong way, but this motherfucker right here complaining about, and he has this smug ass look on his face like, yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Do we have it? Let's go to the channel. Let's go to videos. And that's where it was. Oh, this, by the way, guys, I want you guys to see this right here. This is one of the reasons why he's not, he really doesn't like talking about Kanye, because he keeps talking about Kanye, and he still likes Kanye. But the reason why I want to actually bring this up is, where is this shit? Where's that video he's talking about that kid? Where's that video where he's talking about that kid? Where is it at?
Like, just
now, this is a video where he's talking about a kid being a bad ally. He doesn't have, he doesn't have the shit. Like, dude, like, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Like, he is literally talking about a kid that he feels being a bad ally. I guess this is why he kind of doesn't like me talking about his ass, because I know the videos and shit that he actually says. Like, again, I've watched like his content, but hey, fuck, you know, I just, yeah, sure.
but then it becomes a danger zone, because what Noah probably didn't understand or didn't think through is that we've now singled out this young black woman in a predominantly white space. And even as Noah is very careful to try not to make his critique of her blackness from the outside looking in, that is what is seen first. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Noah committed a sin. He committed a sin. He talked about a black woman when he wasn't black. Noah, go flog yourself and shave off that stupid mustache. I'm just... okay, fuck. All right, let's go.
And so I thought it was important to point out that, like, there's no reason to be critical of Noah in that situation, because Noah has proved on several occasions that,
because he's your friend. We know, because he's your friend. All right, let's go.
he's part of the crew, but that was a high risk situation.
He's invited to the cookout, y'all. Noah is invited to the cookout. I'm being an asshole. I know I'm being an asshole, but this is just like, this is clear shit. Like, now, I didn't really watch the video. I know it came up in my recommended. I didn't really watch the video because I think the shit is stupid. Mermaids aren't people. Mermaids aren't people. And to be quite honest with you, mermaids were originally Mediterranean. She is literally the daughter of Zeus. I mean, the daughter of Triton, who is the son of Poseidon. They're mythological creatures. Ariel is literally the daughter of Triton, Neptune's son. Yeah, she is literally a water nymph, or related to water nymphs. I just can't make this shit up. Okay, sure.
because when you engage black conservatives, you have to engage them
with kid gloves. No, fuck that. No, what? No. Okay, let's go.
You really shouldn't. You really shouldn't engage them. There's a reason why I don't talk about Candace Owens much. There's a reason why I haven't talked about Thomas Sowell much. And I'm going to eventually make a video about black conservatives. But
I don't know. I don't know. If somebody say some shit wrong, I'm gonna confront what they say wrong. Does he think criticism only comes from somebody you can only attack them because they're a black conservative? No, fuck that. Fuck that. No. If they're using their blackness as a shield, smash that shit and explain why it doesn't shield them from the motherfucking stupidity. I'm sorry. You can't use your blackness as a shield. That's why, like, I came to a realization. I will never take away Candace Owens' blackness. She needs that as a shield. And I need to get a cudgel and smash that fucking shield. I don't give a fuck. But cowards like this motherfucker, cowards. Well, I don't know what to do because they're black, and if I start talking about black people, then that's gonna give the racists. The racists are already gonna say stupid shit, and you're gonna give the black conservatives even more of a shield. Because they're going to say, oh, you're not going to talk about them because they're black, and we're going to put up somebody else. Maybe somebody that's stupid as shit. Maybe somebody who's pulled a gun on his ex-partners that paid for motherfucking abortions, but yet is supposed to be pro-life. I'm talking about the dumbass Herschel Walker. You are literally doing a conservative thing. You're playing in the conservative hands because you said they should not be talked about. Anybody can get the smoke. Men can get the smoke. Women get the smoke. My words are rated E for everyone. You can get these verbal hands. If you're saying stupid shit, you're gonna get stupid shit back to you. I don't care. Guess what? I'm an atheist and I will talk about dumbass atheists. It doesn't matter. You want those hands in a different way, Thunder. We're not going to talk about that on stream. You want them hands in a different way. All right, let's go.
the bottom line is the race card becomes a real thing when it's like, hey, I want to defend white supremacy and I don't want to be criticized for it. And I want to do it to a white audience. Thus, you can't say anything. And that's how it is. And that's a product of white supremacy as a whole. And that's like the reality of what happens when...
Oh my God, did he just do like a DJ Mule like, oh no, this is bad because I would talk about it as like white supremacy. Did he do a DJ Mule with white supremacy like DJ Mule did with a capitalism? I just like, no, I can talk about like, wow, fuck. Like, unironically, he's playing into white supremacy because not all black people are a monolith, dog. Yeah, sure, let's go.
We elevate voices like a Kyrie Irving, like a Kanye West, is that we have to contend both with the actual problematic things that they're saying, the reality that they're saying it under white supremacy, still as victims of white supremacy, and the audience that they're saying it predominantly to. I said last week when I was talking about Stacey Abrams, there is no growth in black conservatism. There's a growth in visibility of black conservatism. We see that through the what happened in voting last week. We see that outside of the nonsense of social media, black men and women are still voting. At least, not that, so understand, we're talking about voting for Democrats. We're not talking about like leftist movement or activity. And I'll come back to that in a second. But we see that consistently black men and women have not moved further right. But our media has...
Dude, you... All right, so let's just explain something right here. there are a lot of conservative black people. Like, no lie, there are a lot of conservative black people. The reason why the Republican Party doesn't win more black people is really simply because they're fucking racist. They have policies that are just racist in nature. But don't get this shit wrong. There are a lot of conservative black people. And I don't know why you act as if they're not. Just because somebody's black doesn't mean that they're liberal. They just recognize that a lot of policies that the conservative party puts forward doesn't help them. It doesn't. But you see that in a lot of cases where they think the policy does help them, they tend towards conservatism. Stop with this bullshit, man. He's speaking to his audience where he thinks he can feed that, instead of just recognizing that there is shit out there that he doesn't want to address because he doesn't have the fucking capability to address it. He plays to this audience and said, no, it's not as bad as people say, and you shouldn't talk about black conservatives. You shouldn't platform them. Like, I don't, how do you not address the shit? But yeah, sure, whatever.
Has become inundated with further right images of blackness. When I search for certain things, there's just way more space taken up by black conservative talk and energy and ideologies on social media and on YouTube than black left anything. So me and this guy took a shot, called me a Democrat. And, I didn't take it too personal. I engaged, and eventually we started having a real conversation. And one of the criticisms he pointed out, which is a criticism I have of myself that I'm still trying to manage, is that within the status quo, my actual role is to just teach racism to white people. That is how I got an audience. That is what YouTube thinks I'm doing. That's not what I think I'm doing. That's not what I'm trying to do. But I know that is the purpose I serve. I would not be pushing 400 subscribers today if it weren't for that Bo Burnham video. And that Bo Burnham video blew me up and kind of showed me the matrix and the game of how this shit works. And if you've
You mean the one where you took the most bad faith version of what Bo Burnham was actually doing? Again, I looked at your previous content. That one, the one that you actually just was like, he's talking about how he has all this power, where he was actually making fun of it. I thought only conservatives didn't get satire. But I guess,
you've been following me, then like immediately after that Bo Burnham video, I started becoming more explicitly left. And then as it goes on, I become more explicitly black and left and more intentionally antagonistic to moderate white audiences. Now, that doesn't mean
because you found the leftist theater kids. That, like, let's be really, really honest. A lot of the people who are, and I joke with my daughter all the time, who in herself is a theater kid, and I'll make it make sense. My daughter, who is in theater, is literally somebody who's like, nah, I hate theater kids. Because the people that mostly follow people like him and a lot of his audience and a lot of his, people that he associate with are they're kids that have been made fun of about something, just something. And they felt shut out and isolated in their almost needs. They are dealing with, oh yeah, you're validating the fact that you talk bad about these people who seem to have it more together than what I can. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, the fact that there is toxicity in the debate live stream community, fuck, of course. That's why I will never feel at home in a place where I can just, constant drama, that just doesn't sit right with me. But does that mean that these people are just bad people? They just are just toxic because they use words that you don't like? No. With a lot of the problems that a lot of people have with certain debate bro streamers is that they have confidence. FD just said, it was like, I never thought of myself as a thought leader. So what? It was foisted upon you. What are you gonna do about it? You're an influencer. Whether you had 10 people, I have, thanks to your stupid ass video and your Streisand effect, I have 820 subscribers. I still have to recognize the words that I say out of my motherfucking mouth, because I know that I can be the spark in the mind of the person that changed the world. I don't just limit myself to the people I think that agree with me and everybody else. No, let's just start talking about them. It's cowardice. It's just like a lack in believing that you know what you're talking about. But I'm rambling. Let's go.
Thankfully, I like to think that my shit is good enough that I'm going to be. In fact, I've seen it now. My shit is good enough that I don't have to pander too hard to moderate whites or white leftists to get views and make money. Right? I've escaped that for now. I understand enough about the game. My credit score and the algorithm is good enough. I'll be straight. But that doesn't mean that my role within the status quo, within like the media landscape, has changed. It just means that I have a little bit more autonomy, a little bit more maybe integrity that I can keep in my content. You know what I'm saying? But when I hear the calls to talk about Kanye and Kyrie, I'm reminded of what my role is in this. And that bothers me.
And this is the shit that I was talking about. You have a platform, you have a responsibility. And I just don't get why you run away from the shit. I don't get why you run away from the shit. Do you agree with them? Do you say that they shouldn't have just said it in that way? I was fixing to do a video on FD and how he needs to step his shit up. Like I get it. Okay, so look, no advocacy is worse than bad advocacy. I fucking get that. I fucking learn that every day. But this shit right here, this lets me know that like you feel talking about somebody is feeding into racism. Do you have that same mentality when it comes to talking about creators that are white or Hispanic? Do you? Of course he does, because he lets all this other shit go by. Fuck. Like, as Thunder said in the chat, what integrity? What integrity? All right, let's go.
Not that again, I'm gonna make content around that because it needs to be made, but
after the scrutiny has died down, after it's been, well, I can say something now after the most people won't actually pay attention to it. It's cowardice, dog. Yeah, people like Candace Owens and Thomas Sowell need to be challenged. But let's go.
It don't feel right. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of a glaring reminder. Like I don't see myself as some type of revolutionary. I'm an educator. And it's just this glaring reminder of how there's still a very explicit superstructure above me, no matter how transgressive I think I'm being, I'm not. And the thing we landed on in our conversation was how there was no black left. There is no black left of prominence in mainstream media, social media, and barely on YouTube. We are still beholden to.
Change it. fucking change it. Stop with this bullshit. Oh, we can't really do nothing. If I do something, it's gonna build into the algorithm. Like, and this again plays into this whole idea that black live streamers are erased. This plays to this whole thing that black video essays are erased. I mean, like, the most prominent person that I know, and we're gonna say it, is Shark 300. Why does he not acknowledge other people who are live streamers that address this? Like him, he's not black, but he's a person of color. That he addresses shit like this. Why doesn't he acknowledge shit like this? I know why he acknowledges it, because if he acknowledges it, it takes away some of his arguments about debate bros. Because the money isn't there, because there's no, like, this is the shit that I'm talking about. Like, I don't understand this shit. I don't understand this shit. If you think that it is important to create a leftist fucking movement and not just use it as some kind of motherfucking aesthetic to say, haha, I'm right, and I'm just gonna make this shit to feed my narrative. Like, no, if you feel that there's a problem with leftist shit on YouTube, not pushing your shit, even though we know not only does black leftism isn't actually pushed as a thing, but neither is white leftism too. You seem to forget this shit. Well, we have the Steven Crowders, the motherfucking Russell Brands, the motherfucking Daily Wires that have millions upon millions of fucking subscribers. You're using this as a fucking victim complex. I remember the old adage, if you think something isn't being done right, do it yourself. I know I'm not big. I know that it'd be luck as fucking hell for me to be picked up in the algorithm and actually be to the position where I'm watched or I'm pushed like that. For one, I'm in my 40s. Most YouTubers aren't in their 40s that does live stream shit. Other ones, I worked. I can't sit on a fucking stream for like 6-7 hours. I get it. I know that it will be hard for me to be pushed into the algorithm that way. I get it. But does that mean I'm gonna stop? Is it a Sisyphean effort? Maybe. But I'm still gonna push shit out there. But sure. Yeah, no, he doesn't want debate bros calling this out. He doesn't. Because it will leave him lacking. But let's continue.
To the ecosystem built by the original breadtube. And so somebody's asked, we talk about the black left, we're talking about figures like Fanon, Toure, Du Bois, Hooks. Angela Davis is another one. James Baldwin is another one. Thank you. Like, Hooks is the best thing we got. You know what I'm saying? Like, people know Hooks. But Bell Hooks is not like a true leftist theory. She's a left theorist.
Damn, like, it's almost as if he's, what is it that motherfuckers like him, and I also point this out in that T1J video, why is Cornel West always an afterthought? He is radically left. He is a fucking professor, and he is motherfucking radically left. Sure.
Anti-capitalist, anti-patriarchal, etc. But like, there's a lot of foundational stuff that you have to go deeper into leftist theory, stuff that I didn't read finishing the whole PhD. I got done with a whole PhD coursework in sociology, and all I got was Du Bois and Fanon.
That sounds like a you problem, dog. That sounds like a you problem.
I didn't get most of these other motherfuckers. Malcolm isn't a leftist in his actual like written work. When Malcolm started moving further left, he was killed, which brings to the issue of like why there is no black left, something that I'm also going to talk about. I think I said this. I said this at some point. I was talking to Conscious Lee and I said this. Being a leftist, being a communist or a socialist was a normal thing up until the 80s, basically. Well, 70s. It started really getting like cleared out in the 60s and 70s. And then by the 80s,
I seem to remember a Red Scare that started way before that. What is this motherfucker's historical context? I don't. Okay, sure.
say it was gone. And more explicitly, the black wings of it were gone. The black wings of it were not just educated, which is a big problem of what the left is now. The left has little to no salience within working class people, who are the people who most need socialism and communism, and social and communism most need them. We will never be able to move the needle on socialism with children of the bourgeoisie, myself included. It will never happen, which means we will never get anywhere until we can re-engage with normies, right? That's why, like, plenty of criticisms you can talk about with Hassan, but like Hassan's like e-boy arc where he's,
hey, I'm gonna need you to like, you know, like, I mean, like, I hate to say it like this, but like, maybe you should work the shaft like a little bit more spit, because like you're literally sucking his dick. Well, figuratively sucking his dick. Like, you are so, like, Hassan noticed me. It is evident that you just want Hassan to notice you. I don't. Okay, sure, yeah, let's go.
talking to academics and laughing at him for not knowing what socialism is. That's useful, you know?
When you're also kind of borderline teetering on what would most people say is socialism, my guy. Like,
wait, what? Let me tell you something about myself then.
But going back to my,
and like, let's like, okay. Can I tell you guys a secret about Hassan? He acts dumber than what he is. His content on Twitch, maybe when he was with the Young Turks, he may have had some help with the writers, has been dumbed down for Twitch. I just like, it has. He has. Like, let's just be fucking honest. He's dumbed down his content for his audience. I hate to say it, but yeah, he has had some to be honest with you, Hassan is more cunning than what you guys give him credit for. But first, Hassan is popular because he isn't condescending in his audience, and he's clearly giving giving answers. Don't suck up to Hassan. Do what he's doing, my guy. Like, no, like, for real. Like, to be very honest with you, Hassan is baby's first socialism. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's the smartest fucking cookie in the world, but he is not necessarily. He's not as dumb as he presents himself to be. He's more cunning than that. He's not smart. Don't get me wrong. He still had a privileged upbringing compared to what some other people did, but he's not dumb. He doesn't need to be more intelligent than what he is. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, like, it's like, I'm sorry. Thunder, I'm gonna have you put yourself in timeout. You need to, like, we're gonna have to get you some water. But people like FD who just start following Hassan don't recognize what he's doing. I don't know what else to tell you, but he's more cunning than what you're giving him credit for. And I'm sorry, like, do I agree with every step that he's taken? Like, do I think that he's, like, I've seen some content, and I think that because the amount of streaming that he has to do to maintain what he has, does it get like dry? Like, fuck, I understand that. If he had only like a 4-hour stream each day, would things be more concise? And would he seem less unintelligent? Probably so. But Hassan is not stupid, but he's not a mastermind. He's more cunning than what people give him. But people like this don't understand that. But I've watched his development from before he was on Twitch.
Point, when you look at Du Bois basically exiled himself because he knew it was becoming more threatening to stay in America as a black socialist. Baldwin hid a lot of his socialism for chunks of his career for that very reason. Assad Shakur. No, is that who's in Cuba right now? A bunch of these folks are in Cuba. Assad Shakur, thank you. And a lot of these dudes, Fred Hampton, Malcolm, Martin, so many others were killed. That's what happened to the black left. The black socialist movement that was very useful and effective and a threat, a legit threat to the American establishment in the 60s and 70s was systematically destroyed, and since then has been erased. Most people don't know that Martin Luther King was at a minimum a social democrat, at a minimum.
And it didn't cost the nation 1 penny to integrate lunch counters. Well, it didn't cost the nation 1 penny to guarantee the right to vote. But now we are dealing with issues that cannot be solved without the nation spending billions of dollars and undergoing a radical redistribution of economic power. It is a crime for people.
And so one of the things that's actually really, really, and I know I've heard other people talk about this, they have all types of video evidence and different like video recordings of King in black and white. They have World War II in black and white, but they want to make it seem so long ago. So yeah, there has been a whitewashing of history, pun not intended. And yeah, King was, you guys saw it. I did a video, and I mentioned this every Martin Luther King Day, Drum Major Instinct, where he's actually in jail talking to the people, the white cops who has him in jail, and he says, "What do you make?" And they tell him, he's like, "You should be on our side. You should be on our side. You should be marching with us. Your kids go to the same fucked up schools that I go to. We just have them segregated. You should be on our side." And the fact is, well, first, people like FD wouldn't want that shit. Like, no, we have to be separate. But no, the main reason why you see a lot of the quote-unquote black socialists, and I'm not to disrespect that, is because they start having people work together, not just the black community, but the white community and the Hispanic community. That's one of the main reasons Fred Hampton got targeted. Not because, oh, he was a black socialist and he was pushing. No, he's like, let's all of us work together. It was a call for unity. You can be a black socialist, and as long as you're working in your own little separate bubble from everybody else, cool. But once you start calling them unity, then there's a problem. Again, you can't use what happened in the 60s and 80s as encouragement for advocating for leftist ideas. Like, this is just him wanting to pass. Yeah, no, he just doesn't want to do it. Like, we just know he doesn't want to do it because it takes effort and it takes him pushing past some of the ideas that he thinks he should have. But let's go.
To live in this rich nation and receive starvation wages.
That is completely kept out of his legacy. I mean, y'all have seen it on my community page. I'm constantly making sure to spotlight other Black creators who are at their core in some spectrum of a Black leftist. Shout out to Turb, shout out to Think Peace Tribe, shout out to Dank.
I don't see him promoting me. I'm just saying, like, I mean, like, I don't see him promoting me, but you know, and I guess I understand why he doesn't, but you know, I don't see him promoting me. Oh yeah, because I'm not a video essayist.
T-Funk, shout out to, I'm forgetting names, y'all, but y'all know who y'all are. Shout out to all of y'all. And so that is gonna be my core movement going forward, because it's not that I don't like watching videos about Jordan Peterson or, you know, Elon Musk, etc. It's not that the engagement with those figures in these high interest left-leaning topics are not worthy or are not valid. It's that they're a little bit maybe oversaturated. But what I bring to the table, it's spinning my wheels.
Okay. So the first thing we're actually say is this. You don't understand why it's important for you as a Black man to actually say from your point of view why it's bad. If you don't get that, what the fuck are you doing? Do you have a channel where you're discouraging fucking right-wing ideas? The myth of the meritocracy is something that has bought into, as you say, the children of the bourgeoisie, that is trying to show that is being so insidious in saying that, hey, maybe you can be an Elon Musk too. And look, we have Kanye right here. By the way, the start of this video, where it was 20 minutes into a video and has not at once attacked a Kanye or a Kyrie Irving idea. We're 21 minutes into this video and he still hasn't attacked their ideas. There are people that are riding the coattails of what Jordan Peterson says, that are riding the coattails of some of the shit that all of these white fucking supremacists are saying. That's why they're in the algorithm. I don't understand why you don't see that. There are people who are literally following the coattails of what Candace Owens is saying, talking about there is crime in the Black neighborhood. There is. It's not just that the algorithm is pushing right-wing thoughts. No, they're parroting people who are already in the high echelons of the algorithm. And you feel that you should not attack that? Fuck. How do you not see that? The algorithm is not pushing these Black conservatives because they're Black conservatives. No, because they say, oh, you sound like this person. This person watches you. They are literally doing it to filter, like, story time. Remember, guys, when I was talking about Gothics and her, Simpleton came up to my channel and tried to talk shit about me, and I made him look a fucking idiot. They're parroting the shit in order to get boosted in the algorithm, just like these other motherfuckers. Have you not forgotten, FD, that Steven Crowder has 5 million subscribers? That all these, the Daily Wire has millions of subscribers. Is there racism in the algorithm? It's programmed by people. Of course there's racism in the algorithm. But is it that people are just parroting the shit that they see to get money? Yes. Because one thing that corporations have shown They will be for racism. They will be against racism. Whatever gets them the money. Okay, sure. Let's go. Is this guy progressive or about that paycheck? Fuck your lane. Sam Cedar, who isn't black, said, fuck a lane. I'm going to do it for the message, not the money. Jesus, FD. How this? Yeah. Because reasons. He's about that money. He's about that paycheck. And shit. Look. Fuck. If somebody told. Damn. I still couldn't do it because my regular job, I have a problem with sleeping at night watching. I'm doing so. Yeah. Like no. Let's continue.
It's wasting the opportunity that I've attained by hitting almost 400 subscribers. Y'all don't really need me to make a video about Kanye and Kyrie Irving and black anti-Semitism. You don't need that because those are at their core black conservative issues, and black conservative issues are not to be taken all that seriously.
But yet you complain about the march of conservatism and black conservatism. You complain about the march of it, but you don't think it needs to be done. Anything needs to be done about it. I swear that meme about leftist fucking firing squad is just that. Like you see, like, oh, we're gonna attack the leftists first. We're gonna attack this first. Like, damn, dog. Like, I don't get it. Like, you don't think that like conservatives need to be attacked above motherfucking above leftists? Because the leftists aren't leftists enough for you? Wow. Okay. Shit. Can you at least say something other than he acting stupid? Can you at least, disavow the beliefs and say why the beliefs are wrong? Instead of, I just don't like the fact that they going out there and acting all ignorant in front of people. That seems like you have a problem with the way they're delivering it, not the message.
Because they are a fraction of an issue. And when we amplify them, we not only waste our time, we reinforce the negative stereotypes and negative perceptions of blackness that hinder the whole movement. Shout out to Jessie Gender. She's another dope white left bread tube type person. She tweeted out the other day, like, it's not okay, some of the stuff that Dave Chappelle and Kanye said about Jewish people, but low-key there's overt white supremacy. And
all right, so let's actually read the quote. It's not okay to downplay what Kanye said because it's horrific, but it's telling me that we're talking. It's telling to me that we're talking more about two black men with Kanye, now Dave Chappelle, popularizing anti-Semitism as if anti-Semitism hasn't always been around. The top news shouldn't be hosted by a white supremacist. The top news show. Here, check this out. Check this out. You can do both. You can talk about white supremacists and check this out. People that hold white supremacist beliefs that they're black. I know, it's like weird, right? I mean, I guess if you have to do like you release one video every month, and you have to do so much editing and all that other good shit, your time isn't focused on that. It's not like you can make it's not like you go out every week and do like a kind of a fireside chat on a live stream where you can actually just talk about the shit, right? It's not like where you just don't have the power of editing. You just have to come off with your real thoughts. Oh shit. I mean, like, come on, guys. Like, what do you expect from him? He's not a thought leader. He just has a platform that he likes to get money from and spew his beliefs and what he thinks about things. I mean, it's not like he can talk about, somebody who is bad. It's not like he can make a video about Kanye West more than 3 times. Okay, sure. All right, let's go.
Kanye said about Jewish people, but low-key, there's overt white supremacists on the nightly news every night. There are overt white supremacists on the daily news that are the most popular figures in entertainment news media. Tucker Carlson.
We plan to try to say what's true until the last day.
Then talk about them both. Here. Why don't you maybe there's a video where Tucker Carlson was talking to Kanye, but that shit would never be out there. And it's not like we had an article in a digital magazine where they were saying how Kanye was saying anti-Semitic things in front of Tucker Carlson and they cut the shit out of it. Oh, shit.
And the truth is, unregulated mass immigration has badly hurt this country's natural landscape.
What's the fucking anti-trans guy? Matt.
You know what? This is a fun part about it, right? All of this is a big ass whataboutism. That's all this shit is. That's all this shit is. This 20 minutes of a video is just about a whataboutism. Why do we talk about black conservatives? What about is the white supremacists? That's all this video is. This is a big ass whataboutism. Not addressing the points, not saying how it's bad. It's not as if this motherfucker can't just say some shit about it.
At Walsh, what they're presenting is not niche ideologies. That is mainstream media. Jessie Gender had her channel struck because she did something offensive to Matt Walsh.
I mean, like, fuck. Like, you cannot use this shit. You cannot use transphobia. You cannot use homophobia as a thing of reason why you can't talk about this shit. You have literally did 2 videos on the manosphere. And guess what? Ideology is rife within those communities. I don't get it. It's almost as if you're not comfortable with talking about this shit because you're scared of what you may say. Again, I welcome him to try to have a conversation with me in good faith about why he doesn't talk about this shit. Why he feels the need of not saying shit other than just like, well, it's bad and I'm not gonna platform him. Does he not think that he can literally critique this information? Don't know. I don't fucking know. But let's continue.
In a video trying to address the lies and not so thinly veiled fascism he presented in his documentary that was advertised on left tube channels. Think about that for a second. Matt Walsh's What a Woman documentary, if you watched any left tube videos, I'll say between May and July, you saw lots of previews for that shit. You saw lots of trailers. They purposely spent money to advertise that shit on our channels.
It's almost as if capitalism would spend money on, would actually do what it needs to do to make money in any way it seems possible. Like, fuck. Like, welcome to fucking corporation YouTube. Do you know that they advertise different church channels on atheist content? Motherfucker, you not special. They just trying to get that motherfucking money. I don't get why you think. Okay. I mean, this cat head shark, a dude half his age. I know. I get it. There's a lot of purposeful things that are done to own the libs or make fun of certain groups. But sometimes you have to understand Harlan's razor. Never attribute to malice what can most easily be attributed to ignorance or stupidity or cowardice. I just like. Sure, dog. Sure. Let's go.
It was ways to stop it. I didn't realize until it was basically too late, but they did that. So, like, that is the core existential threat we're talking about.
It was about that money, man. It's about that money. You didn't turn down that ad. I didn't hear you donate that money back to a motherfucking a group that helps support trans people. Like, no, you like, oh no. Like, I mean, like, man. Okay, let's go.
That's the real shit. And that's why you keep making videos about those figures. But watching the fervor for Kanye debunk videos, when I make my Kanye debunk video, it will not be for white left tube viewers. You all watch it. You all can watch it. That's dope. But like, I will be writing and making that video to touch and address the many young black men that will, because of the way this is algorithmically optimized, young black men will always find whatever Kyrie and Kanye are on before they will find me, before they will find St. Andrew. So that's why I'm making that video.
You know, this is the type of person that would actually. Okay, so here's the thing. Great, fine, wonderful. You want to make a video saying that, hey, I'm gonna explain why, from my experience, this black man shouldn't like this type of things. Cool, I give you that. Great, that is awesome. That's great. But when you make a video to say, oh, this is just about black men, and don't try to reach out to other people to sway them to your beliefs, you're not making a video for young black men. You're making a video for the people in your audience just to seal clap for your ass. He's not gonna do the video right now because it's too much heat, and it will cost, like Clockwork said, he doesn't want to offend anybody. And the videos that he makes, the way he makes them, doesn't offend people because they feed into the stereotype of, oh, I'm a white leftist and I wanted to know exactly what he does the shit. He feeds into the people who did the fucking Umandi watch that motherfucking Channel 5 does. That Channel 5 did the video about. He feeds to those people.
Because I understand how you end up thinking the earth is flat and watching ridiculous Black Hebrew Israelite documentaries. I mean, it's only partly for the Jews. Like, yeah, I'm gonna hopefully include some Jewish creators because they can't have that. You can't do that right without talking to everybody involved. But it won't be in the interest of dunking on Kanye. You see what I'm saying?
Why not? Shit, why not? The motherfucker has repeated the Candace Owens shit that George Floyd deserved what he got. He literally has talked bad about his ex because he has big divorce dad energy. Like, why not? They're wrong. They're wrong. Talk about them just as much as you talk bad. Maybe he has videos where he doesn't talk bad about people. Oh shit, the debate bro video where he was talking bad about them because of who they are. It's not fucking veiled, dog. I get it. It's not veiled. You have a problem with who you have a problem with, and you just you know it's that's how it is. But let's continue.
And so we gotta be careful with Black conservatism because there is very little genuine effort or like energy in what they do. These are Black folks, many of them with internalized anti-Black isms. It's hard not to, like, if you are Black in America, it's hard not to get a little anti-Blackness in you at times.
I think that's why he thinks that I talk about his stupid shit that he says. Because he thinks that, oh, you have internalized anti-Blackness. Like, no, I have internalized anti-stupidity. again, my words are like my hands. They're E for everything. They lyrically, lyrically, oratorically, hands are rated E for everybody. Everybody can fucking get it. You hate me because you hate this type of person. And like we have all but heard him say that shit. Like, oh, if you talk about black conservatives, you're promoting white racism. No, fuck. I'm promoting the hatred of the shit that they say. Hey, look, and if they want to come over to my way of thinking, that would be more than welcome. But it has nothing to do with white supremacy, unless you're saying talking about a black person is just white supremacy. But again, I haven't heard any denunciation of anything that Kyrie has actually said, or anything that Kanye said, other than you may think the earth is flat. That's not a big controversial thing. Like, there are black people and there are white people that believe that the earth is flat. I want you to actually talk about why what they're saying is wrong.
Especially when you're younger. That's the default, which is why I hold space for them, you know, on the low. I try to be empathetic. But for those who are like out here making money off the grift. Pastel said non-black people don't know the difference between the grift and the social conservative blackness. And both of those are a problem. But like, yeah.
Said in the same video where this man is talking about his money, talking about making money. I just can't with this one right now.
And it's not even just that. It's that, like, when I was talking to this dude, I was like, yo, there's two, like, different white leftists that I'm experiencing. There's white leftists that are legit, just dope overall, but they, in general, lack a black analytical frame, because how do you get that as a white person? That's a rare, you can't get that easily. You have to really, really work for that. Since everybody in this community,
you have to, you know what you have to do? You have to wash people's feet during the George Floyd marches. You have to bow down every day and say that, hey, black people are oppressed, black people are oppressed, and nobody else is oppressed, but black people are oppressed. Like, no, fuck, dude. There are certain things called human empathy. I can look at what's happening to the Uyghur Muslims in China and say, no, that's some fucked up shit. I can look to the thousands of people that are being still bombed in Yemen and say, like, no, we shouldn't be bombing people. I can look to the people who are coming up from Central and South America and say, like, they deserve a better life. I can have that framework. What you are saying is that you have to understand that you're uniquely oppressed and your oppression is more than anybody else's because it's different because you're black. When it's just like, I promote the easing of human suffering and the flourishment of human development. Does everybody have their own unique history of suffering, of oppression, of bad shit happening to them? Yes. And do I know all the ins and outs? Do I know how it feels to be oppressed as a woman? Fuck. I don't personally know that, but I can see it and I can empathize it. And I just say, oh, I'm sorry you feel like, no, I can understand how it feels not to be listened to as much as somebody else. Does that mean that they're lower on a fucking totem pole, that they get super oppression points because, oh, they need to, like, no, why don't we do this? Why don't we make their voice just as equal in society as a man's voice would be? Why can't we do that? I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. Do I understand how can I really get how it is to be denied who your identity is because you identify in one way versus another? No, but here's the thing. Why don't we say people can choose to be who they want to be? It doesn't give somebody some miraculous points to say, oh, because you're part of this particular oppressed group, you deserve even more. Like, no. Politics are not a zero-sum game. And maybe it's my outlook of shit where I think that, hey, maybe competition is a good thing, but it should be players versus the environment instead of players versus players. Maybe that's what it is. But God, this is irritating. Fuck, this is irritating. All right, let's go.
Is like 15 to 25. Like, black folks don't get strong black analytical frames until they 30. So you don't understand.
Okay, let's see.
Folks don't get strong black analytical frames in this community is like, you can't get that easily. You have to really, really work for that. Since everybody in this community is like 15 to 25, like, black folks don't get strong black analytical frames until they 30. So you don't understand that talking about Black Hammer like it's a real problem is several layers of anti-black. Even if you're trying to just point out the problem, you're falling into a different set of problems that you don't even know or understand.
I talked about Black Hammer when that video first came out. It is a problem because it is pushing this whole idea that you need to be supplicant to these people to show that you have that white racist guilt. That's not pushing white supremacists. That's pushing against black supremacy and literally black separatism. That's a problem. Because the only time when those ideas are pushed, those motherfuckers work with white supremacists and white separatists. That is a problem. And yes, I will call that shit out. Okay. All right.
And then, like, going back to the situation with Noah, it's difficult because, like, well, I don't remember the young lady's name. Don't nobody go and like send no negativity her way on my behalf or Noah's behalf or whatever. Leave her alone. Let her do her thing. It is what it is. I wish no ill will to that young lady. But like, the take was the take, and I'll leave it at that because I'm definitely not going. Because the same way, here's a great way to put it out to like exemplify it. The same way it's difficult, and you have to be very careful as a white person being critical of black politics, especially black conservative issues. I have to be just as careful when being openly critical towards black women, even when it's a fucking Candace Owens.
It's hard for me not to throw my pencil when I hear stupid shit like that. I'm going to tell you something, FD. I'm going to tell you something. If you criticizing her because she's a woman, that's a bad way of criticizing people. That is a very bad way of criticizing people. That her voice is valid because she's a woman, that's bad. You shouldn't do that. You are absolutely right with that. But it's... You can criticize her ideas. You can criticize the stupid shit that she says. I'm gonna have to start watching this motherfucker's videos with oven mitts, because I'm sorry, Time Alpha, like Time Dad Alpha. It's either throw the pencil or hit myself in the head, because I'm gonna buy me some oven mitts. I'm gonna go to Dollar Store, buy me some oven mitts, because this shit. How do you say that? How do you say that? How the fuck do you... Yeah. Okay. Okay.
What was I saying? But yeah, so like when you do that, right? It's like it's a weird position. Like normally I wouldn't say anything. It's because it's off the strength of Noah that I'm like, no, I want to be clear. There was nothing wrong done by Noah Sampson in that situation. But it is a dangerous space to be in to have to like openly defend white folks against black bullshit in public. There's no wins in that.
Hey, look, you're talking about somebody, and he was talking about your ideas. He was talking about the way you were having a conversation about it. That's it. Wow, that's how you defend. Like, it's funny. It's funny. Like, how he will defend DJ Mule, an abuse apologist, but says he struggles to defend Noah Sampson, just a lame motherfucker. That's just, wow. That I don't even have words for that one. He would defend DJ Mule, an abuse apologist, but won't defend Noah Sampson. Okay, sure.
Like this moment right here will be clipped by insert bad faith black manosphere conservative nigga to talk about how my real audience is white liberals. But it's just the reality of the situation. You know what I mean?
You know, the funny part about this is, the fantastic funny part about this is when motherfuckers like this, they know that they say shit that's dumb as fuck. And like, I love it. Look, he knows the shit that he said is gonna be clipped and taken out of context. But what did he say when I caught that video? Like, I didn't like the way I responded to it. Yeah, sure, dog. Like, sure, you cannot like how you respond to it all you want. But this is a thing you did. This is a thing you said. You have literally said that you should not be talking about black conservatives because that pushes white supremacy. How? I just want to know how. How does that push white supremacists? Instead of you just making a point and not explaining our argument. How? How does it feed into the negative stereotypes of black people when you smash the negative stereotypes that are being pushed out? And again, we're 28 minutes into this video, and still I haven't heard a denunciation for anything that Kyrie has said, anything that Kanye has said, other than the earth is not flat. That's really fucking telling. That's really telling. To be honest with you, I'm gonna do God of War. I'm actually gonna stream it, but I'm gonna actually just record it for me to do New Game Plus. But that's coming. All right, let's go.
And that's the setup. That's the okie doke. That's how they support white supremacy, shielding themselves from criticism through blackness. That's why they're so loved by the fucking algorithm. That's why Candace Owens is the biggest conservative star in America.
Wait, what? How? My guy. Did not you just say that, you know, the fascist Tucker Carlson is the biggest news program? Did you not just say, you bring up Matt Walsh, you bring up fucking, you know, Ben Shapiro, and I know people don't consider Russell Brand right wing, but he's right wing. You don't bring up people like, I don't know, Steven Crowder, like Candace Owens, my guy. Candace Owens. My guy, you bring up Candace Owens.
Animals are innocent. Don't be
Thank you for following. Okay, let's go.
A black woman. Why? Because she is purposefully playing two marginalized identities against those actual marginalized people to limit their ability to critique her bullshit. I gotta figure out this.
I mean, like Dave Rubin. Like, I can just think of people off the motherfucking top of my head. Jordan Peterson. Like, the fuck? Candace Owens is the biggest conservative star that they push.
This right here. The biggest star in the black manosphere is a white woman? Please tell me that's not like, well, no, please tell me that is true, actually. Please tell me that.
Yeah, just Pearly thinks she's a fucking mess. And she also has a friend who's a black woman and she's fucking a black dude. Like, fuck? Like, it's almost as if, how do I put it? It's almost as if that them being black has nothing to do with it. It's almost as if them being in a manosphere has everything to do with it. I don't know. Like, and the fact that he doesn't realize that the manosphere is as deep as it is, and I get it. I want to make this my job. I want to actually, instead of spending 8 hours a day doing like grunt work and shit, I want to actually make this my job, and I want to make sure I research the shit, and I want to make sure that I spend time working on this shit and seeing the different parts of different things. And oh yeah, fuck, it's not like he has this as his full YouTube job. I don't get it. I would say you're either being limited into the scope of the shit that you're watching, or you just don't care. But let's continue.
That's true. Oh, Just Pearly Things. Yeah, you know what? Shout out to Waving the Red Flag podcast. They did mention her. I remember that. Has she really gotten that big? I know. Oh, that's so embarrassing. I don't even know how to respond to that. Oh, Lord. Damn, she hit. Wow. Well, her views.
Now, mind you, he hasn't brought up Fresh and Fit. Mind you, okay. Like, and she's not even good in wrecking people in the debates. She's good in sound bites. That's what she's good in. She's good in sound bites. But here, let's just look at this shit. And like, let's just bring this shit back now. Let's see. Let's see how many people Abba and Preach have. Abba and Preach, big red pill channel. Big red pill channel. They have 1 million subscribers. Ooh. Now I know they've actually lost some because they're just fucking lame. Fresh and Fit, 1.04 million. Like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, what is he talking about that Just Pearly Things is bigger? I don't get it. Like, lies and half truths. Lies and half truths. I don't. All right, let's go.
Ain't that crazy? Well, at least on YouTube, these views ain't shit. Man, whatever. That's TikTok problem. She probably dominating on TikTok, and that's what I'm telling y'all, man. Obsidian crowned her. I know Obsidian didn't crown her. I've had conversations with Obsidian, just because he's like, you know, he got some awful politics and ideas, but he's at least respectful. I know.
Oh, the Hodge twins. The Hodge twins. No, I get that the Hodge twins have millions of subscribers, but they you know, to this motherfucker, obviously he doesn't know who the Hodge twins are. Like, I don't fucking get it, man. Oh my god. He's just a dumb fuck. Like, he's just a dumb fuck. He's just a dumb fuck. That's all it is. He is just a dumb fuck. And I don't even know. I had planned on doing only 5 or 10 minutes of this video, but goddamn, he's just a dumb fuck. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. How guarded are you in your bubble? Like, maybe it's different from me because I literally have to make content based off of these motherfuckers. I don't know. I just don't get it. What's up, Brisky? Wow. I don't. Okay, we have about 2 minutes left.
No, Obsidian didn't crown. I'm gonna fuck around and have to talk to him about it.
Oh yeah, this is what I want to say. I disagree with him, but he's respectful. Give a fuck if you're respectful, and that's probably his problem with me. I'm not respectful. I'm not gonna sit back and just say, "Oh, I disagree with you, but I'm gonna be respectful." No, you gonna get this disrespect too. This disrespect is rated E for everyone. All right, let's go.
About that. That's so. I mean, that shows you what that space is really about. I mean, they stay simping for white women. I agree, but like, there's like self-respect. You know what I'm saying? But that shows you though. That shows you how algorithms push culture and not the other way around. Because there's no way in hell that a white woman would really be the voice of the Black manosphere if not for an algorithmic boost to that particular combination. And she
Can somebody tell me what's wrong with what he just said? Can somebody tell me what's wrong with what he just said? This is the reason why I know he's a dumb fuck. This is the reason why I know he's a dumb fuck, because he doesn't understand algorithms. He doesn't understand that the short algorithms are way different from the normal video algorithms. And even though there's tons of research out there speculating about TikTok algorithms, and there's starting to be research out there about short algorithms, he doesn't understand why that is. And again, am I discounting that there may be some racism because the algorithms are programmed by humans and humans have some sort of biases that's in them? I'm not discounting that. But this lets me know that he doesn't fucking understand what a fucking algorithm is. Yeah, sure. Wow. Fuck. Let's continue.
She's pretty good looking. She's not like, Instagram model.
And then he goes to the red pill shit. He literally goes to the red pill shit. Oh my God. Like, really? You fall into this red pill shit and like, oh, she's not Instagram model. Like, why would you even, after 2 videos of red pill shit or manosphere shit, why would you immediately go to the looks? Now, I talk about her specifically because I know how she talks about other people. I get it. I call her fucking Wish Deborah Ann Wall because I actually like the way Deborah Ann Wall looks. She's attractive to me and she has a great personality. Just barely things. No, she's a fucking idiot. But the first thing he goes to is looks. You are validating. Your first response and action is validating. Oh, wow. Fuck. Why does he act like he's on the left? Why does he act like he's the scion of the left? The scion of black leftists. Black male leftists. Why does he act like this shit? Fuck.
but like she's good looking enough. You get a white woman, you give her conservative, regressive, misogynistic bullshit, and then you add black men. That's a combination. Boy, if you want to listen, all of y'all can have 1 million TikTok followers by the end of the month. If you can push misogynistic, interracial conservatism, that's it.
And porn. Like interracial porn. Oh, sorry. Okay, all jokes aside, is there some truth to what he's saying? Somewhat. I'm not gonna give that full credit, but also when you upload a lot of TikToks, that pushes people in the algorithm. I'm talking about from True Blood to motherfucking Daredevil to even in fucking God of War Ragnarok. Shit, like, damn. All right, let's go.
That's it. That is the combination. That is the key. That is the golden ticket. That's it right there. That's me all 2023. Interracial conservative misogyny. That's me all 2023. Interracial conservative misogyny.
Gotta follow that bag, right? Gotta follow that bag, right? As a matter of fact, I mean, like, if that's what you gonna do, dog. If that's what you gonna do. I mean, like, yeah, come on, go for it.
I'm gonna get Maggie Mae Fish back up here. We gonna get it because you see how they push interracial anything on TikTok, and then you.
I mean, like, Pornhub has something to say about that. I know I'm making the jokes. I just keep making the jokes about it because, it's the racism in like the interracial type shit. Ironically, is deeper than what he's actually saying it, but he doesn't get it. Like, I don't think he gets it. Okay, let's go.
You add conservatism and misogyny to it. There you go. I'm sorry. All right, I gotta go, y'all. I gotta go. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to return to that. That's gonna be. We're gonna talk about that next week. I gotta look into that one. All right, y'all. Peace and blessings.
I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm supposed to be doing more drawing and shit like that, but like, this is just telling, man. And I may actually start doing this throughout the week. But like, man, this is just telling, man. Like, he doesn't believe that you should talk about black people, black conservatives, because that's just feeding into races, even though like they have bad ideas. And I know. I actually, as much as this pencil cost me, I actually got it at the dollar store. I still respect my tools. I think that's one of the best things that you can actually do is respect your tools that you use. And I shouldn't slam it down like that. But the thing about it is, like, I just didn't know what I was playing into. Like, I didn't know I was playing into white supremacies, even though I was calling out people for their stupid ass white supremacist beliefs. I just thought, I was attacking white supremacists. And, I guess just like there's no ethical consumption under capitalism, there's no ethical way of destroying white supremacy under white supremacy, I guess, because of reasons. I've been streaming for like 2 hours. I had planned on doing more streams. You know what? I'm going to stream tomorrow. I don't have to take care of something I normally take care of. I think I'm going to stream early tomorrow and just address it because, boy, oh boy, this is taking me some time. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you guys for making a I want to thank you guys for watching today. Please follow, like, share, subscribe, and all the other good shit. I guess I'm gonna have to say it like this, man. This video has got me
done.
If I gave myself the power